Today's class is another Ganesh class. Hello and welcome to episode 127 of Namaste Yoga. Today's class is called Ganesh Honours His Parents, and it's a story I'm sure I've told before on one of the other 127 episodes of Namaste Yoga, but it's a really good story and worthy of repetition, and particularly a good one in honor of Mother's Day this weekend in North America. So I want to welcome you to Namaste Yoga and thank you for joining us here today. I want to thank Squeezed Yoga Clothing for our awesome yoga clothing, and thank all of you who support Squeezed Yoga Clothing. You can get their clothing at www.squeeze.ca. This morning I'm wearing the bamboo top. I love this top. It's so soft. Anybody who owns one of these lives in it. They're just totally amazing and surprisingly warm too. Really nice, great tops, these ones. I want to thank you all for your donations. I've received quite a few donations this week, new subscriber donations, people that just really appreciate having Namaste Yoga come into the comfort of their own homes and being able to do it in the comfort of their own homes, and the value that adds to their lives. So thank you so much. You can make donations at www.melissawest.com. And I've had a few people ask, is this what you do for a living? And yes, this is what I do for a living. So thank you very much. Your donations do support me in being able to do this for a living. So thank you so much. When you're at my website, you can sign up for my newsletter there. When you do that, you will receive a free morning and evening yoga sequence, and also when you stay on my newsletter, I do send out free gifts from time to time, like the sequence that I sent out for sciatica the other day. Also, yesterday my osteopath showed me a really great little exercise to stabilize overly wobbly SI joints, which you guys have heard me moan and complain about on many a podcast, so I might put that together and send it out to you guys this week too. When you're there too, you can sign up for the membership site as well. That's a way that you can deepen your yoga practice, get involved in a community, talk about your practice, have more communication with me. And we've still got that at a great price while we're moving my membership site. We've moved the membership site. We're still moving my website over to a new website. So we're still having that moving sale. So that's $6.95 a month or $69.95 a year. We just added new content for April, Mindful Eating Workshop and the Happy Hips video, which was a best-selling video. It's one of my most loved videos, and people on the membership site are loving that video, so that's some great new content. Also, I just wanted to let you know we have finally publicly announced, Siobhan just announced yesterday, and so I want to announce here that I will not be traveling to Ireland. I feel like I'm going to get a little teary about this. But Tim's yawning behind the camera. How rude. And people are asking. He does make faces at me sometimes, and I get rolly eyes and stuff because he does make faces at me sometimes. There we go. There's our comic relief. So Tim won't let me get all teary-eyed about this, but I will not be traveling to Ireland this year, unfortunately, because stop it, Tim. As many of you know, I have been struggling with these god-awful daily migraines since January, and just not well enough to make the overseas trip yet. But Siobhan has been totally wonderful about it and holding the faith to see me well enough to travel in 2013. And I want you to know I am working with the most amazing doctor here in Toronto now, Dr. Michael Zitney, and the Headache and Pain Clinic here in Toronto. And they are just, completely dedicated to getting me better. So I have faith that things will improve and that I will be able to do more than film a class once a week. So things will get better, and hopefully I will be well enough to travel and do more than film a class once a week soon again, including getting back to my regular students that, I haven't been doing that, and lots of other things. So hopefully better days ahead, flying and doing lots of the fun things that I used to be able to do again. So thank you very much, and especially to all of you in Ireland. And I know Siobhan has got a great teacher coming in to take over for me, and they've just been so gracious and wonderful, and I just appreciate that so much. I think that is it. I have a testimonial. So this is from Sandra. We had fabulous testimonials this week because we asked you to go to iTunes and leave your ratings on iTunes and leave a testimonial on iTunes. And we'll still do this. If you do that, we'll send you a free video. We gave you our yoga detox video. So if you want to still do that and send me an email at info@melissawest, I'll send you my yoga detox video. That would be awesome, because that would just be super amazing. Help other people find us. Okay, so this was one of the testimonials that Sandra left on iTunes. So she said, yoga to me is far more than physical exercise. Yay! She's one of our peeps. It is a way of life. Dr. Melissa West's Namaste Yoga videos address all aspects of yoga, body, mind, and spirit. Her friendly, intimate teaching style makes me feel as if I have just taken a private lesson in the comfort of my own home. She offers so much variety in both theme and asana that each class is an adventure. That she offers these classes at no cost is amazing, and I am grateful. Thank you, Melissa. So thank you so much for leaving your ratings on iTunes and your comments on iTunes. And if you do that and send me an email at info@melissawest.com, I will send you a video to thank you. And you can also like each video you see on YouTube and leave your comments on YouTube. That helps us a lot too. Okay, let's get to today's class. Namaste Yoga 127. Ganesh honors his parents. I don't think you're going to need any props today, but don't hold me to that. So go ahead and make yourself comfortable. Get ready for story time. The thing I love about these stories is depending on where you get your story from, they always change a little bit too. So it's a little bit different this time from the last time I told it. So you can go ahead and lie back or sit in a way that's comfortable for you. Ganesha had a brother whose name was Kartikeya. Ganesha was a very clever and sweet-natured little boy, whereas Kartikeya was very short-tempered. Both of them used to play on the mountains, and sometimes they used to quarrel. So once they had a very big fight, and each of them thought that the other one was guilty. The matter could not be settled. Finally, they soon approached their parents to have the matter resolved. Lord Shiva and Parvati heard both the sides, and then Lord Shiva had an idea. "Children," he said to them, "let us settle this in a way. You have to go around the world, and the one who comes back first will be considered the right one, and the other one will be considered wrong. Do you agree?" "Yes, yes," agreed both of them. Kartikeya always rode a peacock and was very fast at it, while Ganesha used a little rat for riding. Kartikeya was sure that he would win the race because his peacock was much faster than the rat. Kartikeya immediately jumped on his peacock and rode very fast as he could. Ganesha First had a look at his big stomach, and then his little rat. He was sure that he would never win the race. Then Kartikeya was already away with his peacock. Ganesh just stood there thinking. Suddenly, he had a bright idea. He made Lord Shiva and his mother Parvati sit together and quickly went around them 3 times. Soon, Kartikeya came on his peacock after traveling around the world successfully and told Shiva proudly, "Here I come. I won." And he looked at Ganesha. "No," said Ganesha firmly. "Our parents are the mother and father of the world, so going around them is like going around the world. I have done it 3 times, but you have only done it once, so that makes me the winner." Ganesha looked at Lord Shiva and Parvati. "Am I right or am I wrong?" he asked them. "Ganesha is right," said Parvati to Kartikeya. "He has won the race." This story teaches us about intelligence and honor. Ganesh takes the time to tune into his inner knowing and seek higher knowledge before making rash decisions or having a temper tantrum or losing his cool like his brother. In the story, Ganesh honors his parents and his mother, and in this honoring and intelligent response, wins the contest over speed and physical skill. In our class today, we will practice honoring ourselves, honoring the human spirit, honoring our mothers through the warrior poses. We will also work a bit with peacock preparatory poses in honor of Ganesha's brother. So take a few moments now to form your intention for your practice. See what stands out to you about this story and how it resonates with you in your life circumstances right now. And how you would like to work with this story and with the lessons from this story in your practice. Okay, so once you've formed your intention, you can begin to wiggle and stretch out. We'll stay lying on our backs to begin just a bit to stretch out your hips a little bit. So in our yoga practice, we practice honoring ourselves, and that's the practice so that we can go out into the world and honor others. But always we begin by honoring ourselves. And it's one of those practices so that our own cup fills up first, and then once our own cup is overflowing, it's easy to fill the cups of others. So we honor ourselves first, and then we honor others. So let's start by honoring our own selves through our own practice. So keyhole stretch to stretch our hips first. Cross your left leg over your right leg. Doesn't really matter which side you do first. Let your shoulders be heavy. Back of your neck be long. Space between your teeth. Okay, and then release. And uncross and cross your right leg over your left leg. Open up your right knee. Draw your right leg in. And then draw it in. Great. And so this weekend in North America, we honor our mothers on Mother's Day. And we have some great meditations on our membership site to work with that on the loving kindness retreat that we just put up last month. Some great loving kindness meditations for working with your family, some really great forgiveness meditations in there because you need that for working with your family. Let's get real here. We always keep it real. So those are fabulous. If you're a member, you can just go ahead and take advantage of those. And if you're not, you might want to sign up to become a member to work with those. Those have been really healing. They were really great to work with for me, and I know a lot of people have found them really useful. Great way to honor your mother. Okay, and then you can go ahead and release your hips and roll to your side. Let your head be the last thing to come up. And we're going to do some lunge pose, or kind of like mini warrior one. Okay. So here, I'm going to just roll up my mat a little bit for extra padding under my knees. Come up onto your knees and then walk oh, look at these handy pose here. Walk your left leg through and lean into that lunge. And then you can bring your arms up, warrior one. Well, mini warrior one. So I always think about the warrior's heart here. Honoring ourselves first. And in Ganesh's story, truly honoring his parents. Because they are the whole world to him, gave him life. Well, poverty in the story of his birth, poverty gave him life. Remember to keep your ears back over your shoulders, your chin tucked. Okay, and then you can shift back and let's switch sides. So step your right leg through. Lean forward. Tuck your tail under. Bring your arms up. Okay, great. And then let's do a little bit of a shoulder release here to help prepare for those peacock preparatory poses. So come on to all fours and then inhale. Open your left arm up. Bring your left arm through, left shoulder to the ground. Press the left side of your head to the ground. Stretch out the back of your left shoulder. And breathing your belly back towards your spine. Keep your chin tucked here so the back of your neck is long. And then slowly coming out. Let's do this on the other side. And inhale, open your right arm out to the side and bring your right arm through. And listen to your own body, honoring your own body here. See what feels right in your own body. Adjust, make adjustments. Notice what's happening with your breath. Okay, and then come back to the center. Okay. And then this was something that I was going to teach on in Ireland, but I'll teach about it next year in Ireland. This is the idea of we always teach about the warrior going into battle, but there are times when in battle when the warrior retreats. And this is a very important aspect of the warrior, is the retreating warrior. And it's part of the shadow aspect of the warrior. And so even in this story, there was that glimpse of where Ganesh had that moment, right? So where Ganesh had that moment where he looked at his belly, his big belly, and he said, oh my gosh, my brother is like his brother's rippling, big muscles, athletic, and he's going to take off around the world on his gorgeous peacock. And Ganesh looks at his big belly and his rat and thinks, I'm defeated, right? And we do that. We compare our B reel to everybody else's A reel, and that's that kind of shadow side of ourselves. And we have those moments where we retreat, where we have the dying warrior, where we retreat and we come into reflection. And it's an important part of the cycle, because out of that time we emerge and we have these great ideas like Ganesh has, right? So they're really important times so we can emerge and have that rebirth and have these brilliant ideas of rebirth like Ganesh had in this story. So the pose for this in this class is Dying Warrior, and the archetypal pose for this is Dying Warrior. So let's do this pose. The way it works is you start on all fours and you walk walk your knees towards the left side of your mat, and you just walk them off briefly because you're going to lower your right hips down onto the mat, and then lower your chest down. Look towards the left side of your mat. Take your arms out to the side, and then straighten your legs out to the side. And then you leave your bottom right leg there, and you take your top left leg straight down. So there's Dying Warrior. So it's that time where the warrior is in retreat, and there is that feeling of defeat, right? In this story, Ganesh looks at his big belly and his little rat and thinks, rats, literally. What am I going to do? My brother's got this peacock and this athletic body, and he's going to run around the world and beat me. I'm defeated. And it's a time of reflection. And in this time, it often feels like there's nothing you can do. It's a mucky, yucky time often. But it's a time when you have to have faith and know that brighter times will prevail. Even in the darkest hour. Okay, so gather up your dying warriors, and let's go ahead and do that on the other side. And let's go ahead and do it on the other side. So this time you'll walk your knees to the other side of the mat, and you'll lower your hips down. And then you'll lower your chest down. Turn your head to the right side this time. Take your arms out. Oh, my left arm doesn't want to go out. Could my left side be tighter? Possibly. Okay. And then take your legs out to the side. And now your right leg's going to go straight down. So I remember when I was thinking about teaching, I was going to teach this class in Ireland, I remember thinking, I was going to be like, I was lying in bed with these migraines and from January to May, now I get to go there next year saying, I was lying in bed with migraines. I don't even get to go and say that this year yet. Maybe next year.
Next year I get to go and say, and I didn't even get to come and tell you last year that I was lying in bed with migraines. That's the cycle of the wounded warrior, Ganesh looking at his big fat belly and his little rat, feeling bad for himself. I was watching this video of Ram Dass, maybe some of you saw it the other day, when Oprah was interviewing him about his stroke, and she asked him, have you ever felt sorry for you about your stroke? And Ram Dass looked at her and he said, never, not once. And I thought, really? Not once? You never felt sorry for yourself? I couldn't believe it. Okay, just watch your jaw. Notice when your hips are tight, sometimes you clench down, space between your teeth, lion's breath. Okay, and then gather up your dying warrior. And I think that was all I wanted to do here before we came out to standing. I just want to double check that. That is it. And I will meet you up at standing. Okay, we moved. So I thought we would honor our mothers with the warrior poses today. So stand at the front of your mat and take a big step back with your right foot. And turn your hips to face the front of your mat. And sink down through your front left sit bone. Bring your arms up. So I think mothers are the most amazing warriors. They have the most amazing warrior hearts. They're the most amazing advocates in the world for their children. And so warrior one for the mothers who stand and they face their children's lives and they watch their children. They stand back and they watch their children's lives and they, like warriors, making decisions when to fight, when not to fight for them. The best advocates in the world. Okay, and then you can release this and you can go ahead and we'll take this on the other side. So step back with your left foot and go ahead and sink down through your front right sit bone and arc your arms up. So if you're a mother, you know what it's like to watch your child's life and to know what it's like to have your heart broken open when you watch your child in the battle of life. Okay, and then you can release and come to the front of your mat again. And then let's do warrior 2 pose. And I'm going to be facing away from the... No, I'll come to the back of the mat now then, so I'm not. So step back with your right foot. Turn your right hip back. Sink down with your front left hip. Bring your arms up to parallel to the ground. Look over your left fingertips. Warrior 2. So mothers have all this wisdom from the past. They stand in the present moment and they create a vision for the future. Of their child's life, no matter where they are in their children's lives. Okay, and then straighten both legs. Turn your left toes in, your right toes out. Sink down through your front right sit bone. Switch sides. Okay, good. And then go ahead and release. All right. Okay. And then I'm getting all teary here thinking about all our connections between mothers and daughters here. That's why I'm not talking very much. Okay, so now I'm thinking about the peaceful arrows, sometimes not so peaceful arrows that mothers have to I don't want to use the word shoot, inflict on their children. So warrior 3, sometimes mothers have to discipline their children or step into their children's lives to correct the path, or to, sometimes we have to come into our children's lives and shoot those peaceful arrows. So sometimes there's correction, interference. I can't think of the right word right now. Anyway, so warrior 3, stand on your left leg and you'll tip forward. This is really challenging on these rocks and nothing to hold on to for a balance. This tree isn't going to hold me. There's nothing to hold on to here. My balance isn't the best these days anyway right now. Okay, so that would be good enough for this side. Okay, and let's try that on the other side too. Okay, so right side. Great. And then one more warrior pose for the mothers, because sometimes we come into our children's lives and take action and advocate, and sometimes we step back and allow our children to make their own mistakes and resolve their own problems. So peaceful warrior, right? So let's take the peaceful warrior pose. Take a step back with your left foot. I like coming into peaceful warrior from warrior 2. So spin your left hips back. Come up to warrior 2, arms. Let your left arm come back and your right arm come back. So right arm come up and look up. So warrior, peaceful warrior. This is when the sibling rivalry comes up. Mom goes, yeah, no, you guys look after it. Sometimes mom just sits back. Lets you work it out yourself. Lets you make your own mistakes. Okay, and let's do that on both sides. So switch sides, stand at the front of your mat, step your right foot back, spin your right hip back, keep your left knee out. Warrior 2 arms, right arm comes back, left arm comes up. Okay, great. All right. So those are the warrior poses in honor of mothers everywhere. Can we go back to the deck now? Okay. Okay, so we're going to do a pose that is going to be challenging. It's going to build up your upper back strength. And you can think about how Ganesh felt when his brother took off around the world and he felt like it was impossible. It was going to be the impossible task. You got to wonder why Ganesh agreed to the challenge, actually. Except for he is the remover of obstacles, but maybe he wasn't at that age as a child. Anyway, so you're going to come onto your forearms. I'm just going to roll over my mat because it's more sticky on this side. And you're going to come up into down dog on your forearms. And what we're going to do is just walk to one side. Take a break when you need to. And then you're going to walk to the other side. And come back center. And then come down and sit up and sit cross-legged and okay. Then we're going to do a seated twist. We okay to do it here? Okay. So you're going to sit cross-legged and take your left hand to the outside of your right knee, twist. And I want you to just imagine Ganesh walking around his parents here. come back to the center and twist to the other side. Let your spine be nice and tall. And then come back to the center, and I'm going to do Paschimottanasana because I think it is a pose that requires patience. There's a skill mothers need. You're going to pull your sit bones back from underneath you. I want you to start with your legs bent and hold on to your feet like this, the outside edges of your feet. And fold forward here. Let your chest connect to the tops of your legs. And then just allow your legs to lengthen out as much as is comfortable for you. So I don't want you to force it. I want you to just be really easy with it today. So to really honor your body and resist the urge to want to do more in this pose. And then come on up. And we'll finish with a mudra today. One of my favorites. So this is thumbs together and then fingertips touch, mudra for your inner self. So I chose this one because it allows you to honor your inner self. And you bring it, starts up high, and then you lower it down to where it rests comfortably on you. It says that it rests in your body where your soul is. So it's going to be a little different on every person. Draw your ears back over your shoulders. So you can sit with this mudra for as long as you like. And when you're finished, I would encourage you to rest back in Shavasana for 5 to 10 minutes to allow your practice to integrate. Thank you for joining us for episode 127 of Namaste Yoga. Thank you for liking it on YouTube and for leaving your comments on iTunes and rating it on iTunes. And if you made it all the way to the end of the video, thank you. Also, it's Jill's birthday today. She's the one whose beautiful garden we're in today. So if you see me post this video on Facebook, it's May the 10th today. Wish her a happy birthday, okay? Thank you. Namaste.